Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi, hello with all my heart for those joining us today. Just type hashtag live if you're joining live or hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And I'm back with Jessica today, and I'm so grateful to be back with her today because today is something different. And it's something I know that's also very close to her heart. And let me give all of you a little bit of background. You see, sometimes in life, a situation can happen. A mother can shout at you, a father can ignore you, a sister or a brother can ignore you. And for some people, it's completely okay. And it makes no impact to them in their future life. But for some people, those experiences get held in the body because that person gives it some kind of meaning. For example, if a mother shouts at a child, the meaning they can give it is I'm not a good boy. I'm not a good girl. Mother doesn't love me. Father doesn't love me. Anger is bad. And those beliefs get stored in the body as something known as the trauma imprint. Now, someone can have a challenging childhood and they can also embark on a program of therapy and they can feel better and lighter and be able to function in their life. But yet, the body can sometimes feel really heavy. And situations that mimic those old experiences can re-trigger because the body keeps the score as per the book. Like it holds on to the energetic imprint of what happened because it's common when something traumatic happens for all of us as humans to respond with either getting angry, irritated, frustrated, or to respond with running away, or to respond with freezing or shutting down, or to respond with pleasing. I'm not sure if I've missed one out. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Have I covered all of them? If I've missed one, you can let me know, Jessica.
Oh, flop.
Flop, flop, yeah, flop. Like life is like flop is, oh, I can't take it anymore. I give up on life completely. And so it's common for a trauma response to arise, and it's part of the process of coping. But the problem becomes when it remains on and it doesn't switch off. The problem becomes when the anger keeps coming out on the same person again and again and again and again and again, and it kind of severs that relationship. It's like even if you've been in the receiving end of the anger and you've held it traumatic in your body, it's like you don't want to be in that person's energy space again because there's fear. It's just that's, oh, God, they're going to shout at me again, or I'm so scared. So it's really common to have these experiences. Now, of course, if someone has higher levels of trauma, domestic violence, sexual abuse, crisis, being adopted or orphan child, of course, the scale is much higher, of course. But they can also have repeated experiences of being told off or repeated experiences of being ignored, and the trauma can get held in the body. And so it's something very close to my heart, and it's a technique called energy flow. And it's a technique for it's a somatic based therapy, which basically means with the body, to do with the body, to help regulate the nervous system and to help release the traumatic load that's got kind of stuck in the body as something known as an imprint. And so I'm very excited about sharing this with all of you because, you know, it seems so logical that the body would hold this, but yet it's not common. for those who've gone through some experiences and they have it stuck in their body, for them to realize, wow, I need to make a connection with my body. And many times people will say things like, oh, I can't feel it. Oh, I don't feel it in my body. I don't know what you're talking about. Like even something like insulin resistance, for example, is a lack of connection with the body, the lack of connection with the emotions in the body, the lack of connection between the body and the mind, and the dysregulation of a nerve over here known as the vagus nerve. And so if you've been, faced by any of these challenges, the technique which today Jessica is getting certified in, energy flow, is the one that can really make a difference. So, which brings me to the reason this technique is just perfect in Jessica's hands. Because when someone's been through some kind of trauma, or the trauma is stuck in their body, or they're going through freeze and shutdown, it's challenging to connect with the body. So what they need is a safe space of allowance. What they need is a supportive space to be heard and listened to. What they also don't need is to be fixed or to feel that there's a fixing energy going on here, that even the trauma imprint that is in the body is allowed and it's welcomed. And so it's my privilege to actually award Jessica today Energy Flow Practitioner. And the reason it's an honor is because she creates spaces of allowance, and she herself is able to surrender to what is and listen to the words between the words, the unspoken words of pain, of suffering, of sorrow, and also the unspoken words of joy and happiness and love that is not safe to express or to allow. And so this is a very easy certification for me because it's like it was made, for Jessica, who has a background in psychology as well as in cognitive behavioral therapy, to get the person into the body. So many, many, many congratulations, Jessica. How are you feeling?
Mm. Thank you so much. I loved the way you described
Mhm.
energy flow and the the way it works with the body and tells the story and yeah, for me, like energy flow just it just feels like the missing piece, that bit
You're
that was
missing
always
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's a missing piece. And how would you, describe it to potential clients? Like if they said, what is it? Like, what would you say to them? What is it?
I would say energy flow is a therapeutic system that helps you to get back in touch, to reconnect with your body, to listen to your body, to hear the story that your body wants to tell, which might be different, to what's going on in the mind and the thoughts. And it's a way of restoring harmony in the body. And the way that you do that is through allowance and through being present to your body. So it's not a practice where you're trying to achieve something, um, like they go to the gym and there's weight loss, or you're trying to achieve a certain outcome with it. It's the process of it,
Yeah,
of being able to connect. And that enables the body to tell the story, to release what can be released, to find its own way back,
yeah,
to balance, harmony, regulation. So it's like connecting with the body's wisdom, allowing the body to show
yeah.
you the way.
I love that, to connect with the body's wisdom and allowing the body to show your way. Like I tried to lose weight for years and years. And of course, I had times when I lost the weight, I put on the weight, lost the weight, put on the weight, lost the weight, put on the weight. And emotional freedom technique, EFT, has been a very good friend to me in this area, helping me work through my emotions and helping me work through the past. I'm an ex-emotional eater now. The emotional eating, which was probably the main reason, for my weight gain, in addition to menopause and perimenopause. But I definitely indulged in more calories than my body actually needed to function, especially as it was going through its hormonal changes. And so EFT really helped me on that journey. But then I kind of reached a plateau where I was eating healthy and I was doing all the right activities and eating healthy in balance. Like I don't believe in diets. I think they're a complete waste of time. But eating the foods that, felt right to have with a good balance of, different food groups. Uh, and yet I sort of reached this stagnation. And of course, I used EFT to work through the emotional pain of the stagnation and the non-acceptance of my body and the shame that I felt that how could I have let myself, you know, be this shape and size and like everything was so puffed up. My face was puffed out, my body was puffed out, and so much lethargy and and lying on the couch watching Netflix and munching on something was way more pleasurable than moving and doing this. And then I started to facilitate energy flow. And who would have thought, simple things like breathing and humming and working with the meridians and this journey started not this year, I think at least 2 years ago, like when I started to sort of when I launched Energy Flow and I was teaching it to people and I started to do it, and I noticed it was like someone or something just sidestepped my conscious awareness and just got into the wiring of my body. And and my awareness now was that my body never felt safe. Even all those times I lost the weight, my body never felt safe to actually lose the weight. Like all the weight I've lost in the past has been a forced prison-like, like enforcing and restriction and now I have no restriction. I eat whatever I want, whether it's a pizza or a salad or like everything. Like as in there is nothing that cannot be had, but everything is in a harmonious balance. And I feel energy flow really helped me to reclaim my body and to want to live in this body, to want to be in this body, to kind of enjoy this body. So I really hear what you're saying about the wisdom and the reconnection and the connecting. And even though I've got this belly, when I look in the mirror, of course, fact based, I see that there is a belly there. I don't have judgment about it though. I'm not shaming myself. And one of the most profound exercises I did with energy flow was with the shame, because I had this awareness that, you know, the shame stored in the body. And shame is such an interesting emotion because I don't think it's an emotion people necessarily are aware of that they're feeling. And I don't think it's an emotion that people always know how to feel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it was easy for me because I had to really every day like force myself to like, come on, let's explore the shame, like force myself, not in an enforced kind of way, but like really inquire, wherever the shame is, allowing this shame, allowing the shame. And sometimes I just bring shame into my awareness as an emotion and I just do the breathing exercise with energy flow. So I'm just going to breathe. And if there's any shame there, you know, let it find its way home to wherever it wants to go. And if it wants to stay, it can stay. And if it wants to dissolve, it can dissolve. And it's like, the body just started to find its own way home to what the body considers to be the right way for itself. Like the whole
Yeah, it's
idea that I
not.
have to be a specific way or a specific goal or a specific shape or size is vanished. It's like, Well, the
Wow.
body's going to decide if curves are to remain. The body's going to decide if muscles are going to be there. Like the body's going to come back into its center, into its home, what feels right. There is no landing place, there's no place to arrive at.
Wow. I love that. I think you're talking about something really huge there. And it's actually like changing the way that we think about health and healing and how we should look and how we should be. And a lot of the times we get kind of snagged up with that is the judgments we have of ourselves, the judgments others
Yeah.
have had of us, you know, our own expectations. And yeah, energy flow kind of allows you to sidestep that and to
Mm,
just
mm,
really connect with, but what is
mm.
right for me right now.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, work with the emotion that comes up because it's different from what you expect, you know. And sometimes it's
Yeah.
about just really be allowing yourself to reconnect with the honest
Yeah.
truth of what is right for you. And sometimes the body knows that more than like what's going on in the mind.
Yeah.
I had an experience last
Oh yeah.
night
Yeah.
where I was all of a sudden in agonizing pain in my shoulder.
Oh really?
And I didn't know what, it wasn't an injury or anything, so I was like, I've no idea where this is coming from. And at first I was trying to tap and I was like, I can't tap because I can't get under the arm, you know. And I don't want to, and I can't find the words. And then I was like, okay, so what can I do? And instead of trying to move away from it, I just kind of like, okay, so I'm just going to breathe into it and I'll
Mm,
just hold it.
mm.
And then eventually I was
Wow.
like, okay, so what meridians are there? What meridians can I do? And I
Wow.
did the small intestine meridian. I was like,
Mm,
okay, I can
mm,
do that. I did the
mm.
large intestine, the balances.
Wow.
And it brought this kind of soothing. And I had this realization that, like, even in pain, it's like we want to get away from it. You know, it's like it didn't feel nice. It's not nice, you know, and you have all this kind of thought process about pain, but actually just allowing it and being with it, and then noticing the worry about it, like, oh, what if this doesn't go, what if I have that, you know, like, I don't know why this is here, it's not an injury. And just kind of allowing that, and just allowing the presence. It's that's so kind of powerful. And I've woke up this morning and it's the pain, you know, the agonizing pain is not there. There's something there, you know. My body needs a little bit more attention, but it was really profound. It's like, yeah, energy flow gives you a method to be present to yourself. And it does. When I first started with energy flow, I'll be really honest with you, I was like, I don't know what this is going to do. Like, how,
Yeah.
you know, breathing,
Yeah.
like, what, where do we go
Oh,
with this?
breathing.
And
Yeah, yeah, I know breathing. What's breathing about? Yeah, I do it every day.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, what's the big deal? But actually, what, you know, it's like we sometimes, like, we're taught it's got to be complicated and it's got to be this huge thing, and actually we've got all these tools at our fingertips. And
Yeah.
energy flow can be, you know, it guides you back into being present and your own body's wisdom, your intuition, and you can use it every day. You know, just, yeah, your breathing is always there. That means the doorway is always there for you to connect and be present and not pull away from. I, sometimes I see it a bit with children, you know, like when they're having the tantrum and you're like, I just want you to stop, just stop having this tantrum. And it's like, if you connect with the need underneath that, you know, and sometimes it's the same with the body. What's the need there? The body just needs my steady presence, and then it's going to find its way.
Yeah, that's a
It's taught me
beautiful
a lot.
way of describing it. My body needs a steady presence because maybe I didn't have a steady presence in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really relate to like shoulder pain as well and what you were saying. Because especially during perimenopause and menopause, you know, the receptors, estrogen receptors don't have enough estrogen and they can cause these like really intense, you know, pain around the rotator cuff over here. And so I really get what you're saying is, you know, getting present, like the awareness I'm getting is like menopause, you know, pause. It's like it's asking that being, that soul, to kind of pause. It's trying to arrest them in their tracks and giving them all kinds of symptoms that are, for many, exceptionally challenged to cope with. But it's like, no, get present to you, get present to what you are, get present to your body, get present to life, because estrogen is the giving hormone.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the reason why those who have high estrogen, on the whole, it's female energy.
there's more.
Um, yeah, they give and they put their own needs aside. And so when perimenopause, menopause kicks in and estrogen starts to decline, they become more boundaried because this giving hormone is not operating as much. And like for the family, it's a big shakeup
Mm,
because they're like, who are you? Like, where's the wife I married? Because she's not showing up right now. Like, she was this lovely giving, I'll do it, no, I'll do it, no, I'll do the washing, no, I'll do it, no, I'll do it. Yeah, yeah, let me do it, let me pick it up. And suddenly things start to shift and change.
mm,
And I feel I feel there's like a requirement to kind of take full ownership of the body.
mm. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great way to view menopause
Mm.
because it's seen as such a loss, isn't it? But actually, it's this, yeah, you can pause the rest, reconnect with
Yeah.
yourself, yeah, take ownership of the body.
I think it's about sovereignty. I think it's about owning your queen. Like, I feel that's the best years of life, actually. Like I mean, it was a terrible 2 years leading up to it, and it started even 7 years before that. But I feel it's the prime. I think it's the prime. It's like, when you've had enough life experience and
Now you can
yeah,
really make use of it. I love that. We need more conversations about menopause and,
I
yeah,
agree.
it being the best years of life. I
I agree.
remember my mom, like when she went through it, she kind of like, there was a point where she went, "You're making your own tea now." And I
Yeah.
remember that. And I
You're
was
like,
like,
huh? Who are you? What happened? Yeah.
after like the initial kind of shock, I had so much more respect for her. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, I can see what
yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
It feels
My
right.
mom did the same as well. Like when she went through it, she was suddenly like, oh yeah, we're not doing that anymore in the house. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, yeah. She can do it yourself.
What?
I was like, oh, okay, fine. Yeah, exactly. And energy flow and menopause is another, like I wished, because for me it started in 2017, many, many years ago when I was in Bali. And I would wake up at 12 o'clock at night with terrible palpitations, and I thought I was dying. I mean, I thought I was having a heart attack. And I know now it was perimenopause had kicked in for me. And and so I wished I'd had energy flow back then, and I don't mean energy flow in the form of I don't mean energy flow in the form of here's some breathing exercises to get done, but I mean energy flow more in exactly what you talked about, is getting present to what is and getting present to what is happening to my body right now.
Mm,
Yeah.
and allowing it.
And allowing it. So we chatted a lot, Jessica. So which I love, and I'd love to do more of these chats with you actually on live if they kind of suit you at whenever it's meant to sort of flow. With energy flow in mind, you shared a little bit about your own experiences, with what happened with your shoulder, and how it allows the body's wisdom. And do you have some experiences maybe with other people as well, and what did they get from energy flow, or anything else you want to share about your experience with it?
Yeah. Most recently, my my parents had a difficult time. Their dog was very, very poorly and poorly for a few weeks. And they were basically like all they could do was be by the side of this dog and just, kind of try and make the dog comfortable. And they said, like, we don't know what to do. We're so stressed. We can't do. And I was like, okay, let's just meet. Let's just meet for 10 minutes. We can do it on Zoom because they live quite far away from me. And we'll just do some of this energy flow. Let's just try it. We'll see what happens. This is when I was kind of learning it. So I was still like, okay, let's see what we can do. And they just, so they would do the exercises and they would say, something has shifted. I feel like I can breathe again now. And it gave them more energy to like do what needed to be done, even though it couldn't change the situation. It was like they were able to access something within them differently. And I think like working with clients now for me, I don't think I've done a session where I haven't incorporated some energy flow at some point, because it just, I find that the EFT goes, it's easier, it goes deeper. The body feels safer. So, the door doesn't shut so much. So I find that combining it with the EFT has just been amazing.
Yeah.
And then people can take that and use it as well as like a daily thing. It becomes a daily ritual almost to just reconnect. Um,
Yeah, that's lovely. That's such a beautiful way. Yeah, because I think the benefit of energy flow is actually regular use as well, just like brushing your teeth.
yeah.
Um, it's you know, you can also use EFT daily as well. That's also powerful, but it's not always essential. But something like energy flow, my sense is essential. Like once learned, to have that 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes every day, but also in the heat of the moment, like say there's an argument going on in the heat of the moment, how can you regulate yourself
Mm,
in that moment and just take a few breaths in and out and like reconnect with the body, reconnect with what am I feeling? Because the feeling loves to react. But if the feeling can be taken responsibility for in the moment, then the feeling doesn't have a need to react, but instead the feeling will respond. It's like when you're hurt,
mm,
hurt shouts because, but if in the moment it's like, oh, what I'm feeling is hurt, and it's like, actually, my body's feeling really hurt right now. I think I need a bit of space to feel my hurt, because if I communicate right now, it's going to be the hurt talking
mm.
and not, what needs to be communicated right now.
Yeah, that's a great distinction. I think it like, and with anger as well, that's another great, like
Mm,
the tantrum release.
mm,
So that you're not communicating from the anger, because anger, when it's really uncomfortable to feel it, and you can feel it kind of going round and around your body.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
doing that tantrum release, it's like,
Mm,
okay, so the fire's cold.
yeah,
Yeah, what's really going on?
yeah,
And
that's
everybody
right.
I've suggested to use the tantrum release, because you feel a bit funny at first, don't you? And a bit silly. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
we're
a
gonna
bit
use
silly doing it.
those,
Yeah.
but
Should we do it
actually,
together? Do you want to do it
so
together?
let's do it.
You want to lead it and I'll follow you.
Okay, so we're gonna tap here, and then we're just gonna connect with any anger, any frustration, any irritation that might be going on. No, not unknown. Just allow yourself to connect with it, and then breathe in. And as we breathe out, make the sound of that emotion. Ah.
Yeah, and it cough also came up. Lovely. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. So if you had to leave us with any wisdom or insight, what would you share with all of us?
I think, yeah, every day find a moment to just tune in to your body, ask your body how it is, tune into your breathing, and just really give space for that. Yeah, body awareness, body presence,
Mm.
and then allow the rest of the day, whatever's going to happen.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I guess, do you ever use it with your kids?
Yeah, it works really well with them actually. Like, yeah, they
Mm.
love this one.
Yeah, yeah.
And what else do we do? They even love like
Our hair combing.
the hair combing. They find that they like that when I do that to them as well. They find it
Yeah.
really
Very
relaxing.
soothing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the breathing. We do use slightly different language,
Of
but
course, it's going to be children friendly.
yeah, but like the flop breath where you can do a real like,
Oh, oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
that's a really good one. But yeah, they really respond to that.
I love that. That's brilliant. So those of you who joined us today, if you want to get in touch with Jessica, just put me below. If you just want to have a chat to her about something like energy flow or all the different techniques, EFT, energy flow, ICM, because now she can include them into like a holistic way when working therapeutically, where, can bring in and out whatever's needed in the moment because everyone has their own unique experiences. And it's not about putting every single person through the same system, but instead it's about connecting with the person where they are, meeting them where they are, and then using the right technique in the right moment.
Mm.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I am so thankful and grateful. Many, many, many congratulations. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
Lovely. Take care, those who joined us. Bye.